Hello, my name is Vanny, or Vanny Still Draws, and we are going to talk about K-pop Demon Hunters today because I need an outlet for the things that I like that aren't me holding my friends hostage for like 2 hours. And we're gonna vibe out from there. This is just loosey goosey, basically no script. This is just me talking about a movie that I like. So this is the I Yap for Fun channel. If that's not your thing, I don't know how to help you there, bud. Before doing all that, I should go over what I'm actually doing here because that's different. So, if you are a chronically online person like me, then you definitely know who Jinja OWO is. Um, if you don't, is there space under that rock where you live, girl? So, they made a video a while ago at time of recording of their process of doing art studies, specifically on Spider Verse, I'm pretty sure. And it was basically replication, expansion, and application. And I have been using that method ever since that video dropped. Fun little known fact about me, I hate doing warm-ups. It's so boring. I just want to draw the cool thing, and the fact that I have to take like 5 to 10 minutes out of my day to like not do that is insane to me. I hate it. I hated it in art school. I hate it now. I refuse to change. Accept me as I am. But this has been like a fun, chill way for me to not worry so much about my warm-ups looking like purdy. So doing this method really helps because it is essentially just me tracing over a drawing, and in that learning why the person that made this drawing made the drawing that the way it is, so I can learn from them and then apply it to my own work. Don't trace over people's art and then try to pull it off as your own. It is not good, it is stealing, it is wrong. So this is basically just me. If you follow me on TikTok or freaking Tumblr, I've already posted the boys. That's because I hate drawing men, so yeah. Anyway, into my non-spoiler review of K-pop Demon Hunters. It is exactly what it says on the tin. It is a trio of K-pop stars, Rumi, Zoe, and Mira, who are demon hunters, and in the movie they hunt demons. It's really good. The art is so good. The music is amazing. The people on Twitter are talking about how K-pop Demon Hunters is like, it's like up there on like the top 100 chart, and I need you to know I am a part of that problem. I listen to this almost every single day, actually. In terms of what I'm doing here, drawing, I went on Tumblr because I can always trust the Tumblr girls to hold it down for me, and I found screenshots and or just screen captures of the girls in the movie, and I wanted to make sure I got a wide variety of them making different expressions, angles, especially them with and without makeup, because that's something I really love that the movie does. That there are so many scenes of them not wearing makeup. We have scenes of them not wearing makeup, wearing everyday like outside makeup, and then wearing stage makeup. Like, oh, I love that, and I love that there's like an actual difference too. Like you see, like their eyebrows aren't like penciled all the way in, like their lashes aren't as. Oh my god, it's like little details like that that I love. And make sure to get like a lot of the expressions down, because what K-pop Demon Hunters does, which is what a lot of like animated films are doing now, is the mixing of 2D and 3D to make things like more expressive. Like I love the little line creases on the forehead, the exaggerated faces, especially Zoe's. I love it. I love it so much. For a movie that basically came out of nowhere, like there was no advertising. The most advertising I've seen for K-pop Demon Hunters has happened after the fact, after it has already been such a big success and it is number one. I found about this movie the same way that most people found out about this movie, from the artists and creatives that worked on it posting about it nonstop on Twitter. Some of them of which I already followed beforehand, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be, like a cute little movie. Like, I would love to watch a cute little movie. I wasn't expecting to get the My experience with K-pop Demon Hunters is the same experience that I had with Puss in Boots and the Wild Robot, where I went into it thinking it was going to be a funny, silly, good time, and it was, and then it hit me in an emotional way that I wasn't actually prepared for. Anybody else remember that feeling when they saw Puss in Boots, The Last Wish for the first time, and you're like, oh, haha, funny movie, Shrek? And then, like, an hour in, you're like, I am so unwell. That was me with K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh, God. Ugh. I honestly went into this movie with very low expectations of being entertained because I don't really know anything about K-pop. The only thing I know about K-pop is stuff that I have learned secondhand from my friends, because almost every single one of my friends are exclusively K-pop fans, and more specifically BTS fans. Like almost all of them are ARMY. So I only know like a couple K-pop songs. Oddly enough, the two non-K-pop Demon Hunters, like actual K-pop songs that they play in the movie, "Love Me Right" by EXO and "Strategy" by Twice. I do know those. I listened to "Strategy" by Twice, and "Love Me Right" by EXO came out 10 years ago. Oh my god, I am so old. But no, it was a really, really entertaining movie. I thought it was so funny. I love the characters. I love these three girls so much. Zoe and Mira are my favorite. Which, surprise, I actually did a little poll on Instagram, and not a single person thought that I was cool enough to be Mira. Um, I went 50-50 on Ruby and Zoe, which hurt a lot more than I thought it would. Considering knowing some of their flaws. Ooh. So actually getting into the movie and actually talking about, I guess I should talk about the things that I didn't like, and it's only one thing. It's that we didn't get motives for the other Saja boys, that they kind of just exist really and truly, almost like puppets or dolls, that they have like no motivation for doing the things that they do other than the fact that they are demons and they want to eat souls. I think that it would have been cool had we gotten some uh I guess motive that they were also working towards a wish. But considering that some of the concept art shows that they were looking really grotesque and like not human, I think that that's just a holdover from early in production, that they weren't supposed to have much of a personality or a character. And the fact that we just saw them looking at least vaguely humanoid, at least compared to the other demons, is just kind of a, well, not last minute change, but just a change that happened after, because some of the early concept art does just have them looking like these grotesque, like slimy, multi-eyed, like monsters and creatures. It's honestly really cool, and I think it's like really funny that Genu is that these are like essentially just a bunch of like creatures that he found and like used magic on to make them look attractive, and he's the only one that's like in some way, shape, or form real. And which kind of like feeds into the whole superficial archetype thing that they have going on, because that's part of the joke. Besides Genu, who is supposed to be like the ideal perfect boyfriend, none of the other Saja boys have any personality that goes beyond their name. Like Abby is Abby because he has abs. Baby is Baby because he's the baby. He's like the cutesy infantilized one. Romance is the romantic. Mystery is the one that you don't see his eyes or whatnot. Like none of them have a personality that goes past their namesakes, and I think that that is so funny. That's hilarious. So I don't know. I guess keeping them monsters and then having them be human only on stage would have probably furthered that. But then again, that's like the one nitpick. This movie is perfect, man, in my eyes. Like no notes. The only other problem I guess that I could think of is the fact that it's so Rumi centric. Considering that Huntrix was built around Rumi and Rumi's like identity issues and her whole like demon heritage thing, the fact that the literal world bends around her, that she is the focal point and like the center of everything, makes sense, because it's literally what Huntrix was set up to be. Like Huntrix was like, I have so many feelings about Celine. Mira and Zoe are also just like not only just great, I don't want to say supporting roles, but just great characters. Like overall, like I went in expecting Mira to be like super mean and rude, and she's honestly very sweet, very in tune with her emotions. Actually, I love the scene on the train where Mira is like asking Rumi like, is she okay? But she's like, I don't mean about your voice, I mean about you. Like they care about each other so much because they're friends and they have each other, and in girlhood, I just, oh my god. I love the way she walks. She just looks so graceful and beautiful. Also, like the character design, like Rumi has like the big jacket and shorts. Zoe has like the crop top, big pants, and then there's Mira, crop shirt, mini skirt, but long boots. That's that's fashion, babe. They're just so sweet. Oh my god. It's the fact that there's never a moment where they're like, oh, everything is about Rumi. This is about Rumi. All this is about Rumi. On the one hand, does also show just how like brainwashed they are by Celine. I have a lot of feelings about Celine, but it shows that they are all like they're not jealous. Like they care for each other. Like they understand. And I think that's so sweet. If we do get a sequel, which I think that we 100% are, because again, this movie made bank. It's getting a theater release. Have you ever seen a direct to TV movie get a theater release? I mean, that's amazing, man. If we ever get like a sequel or whatnot, I would love there to be like maybe a change, like the songs start being like more equal and like line distribution, showing that they're no longer being concerned with like Celine's ideals and like they're being free and they're being themselves. And so like we get more lines out of Mira, or we get more lines out of Zoe, or maybe we get entire songs that are just Mira and Zoe with the Rumi and whoever doing backup. Like that would be super sweet. I love it. I also just love how the girls are designed. I love that Mira is like super graceful, like with her hair down the twin tails. Zoe is a bit more playful, so she has her hair like out of the way, up in like her little buns. And then Rumi, who is so tightly wound up, not only has like a braid showing just how closed off she is from the rest of the world, but also the braid is a reflection of her mother's hairstyle that we see Celine literally putting on her when she is a child, representing her putting on this stress from a young age. And she never takes that braid out. Like, oh my god, that is it's so good. It's so good. I love hair as symbolism. It does a lot to me, man. I also love that the girls are allowed to be goofy. Like nobody has to like look super pretty all the time. Like they are allowed to be goofy. All three of them. Like yeah, Mira is arguably the most serious out of all of them, but there's not a moment where she's like, "Ugh, you guys are so childish or whatnot." Like she's goofy with the rest of them, and I love that. I also love how much they love Bobby. I love Bobby. So the fact that they love Bobby means everything to me because I love Bobby. I love Bobby so much. King. And the songs, the songs, the songs. It's like even if you have not watched the movie, there is no way that you have been on the internet and you have not heard or seen somebody dance to Soda Pop. The way this song has infiltrated like actual K-pop stars, like you got K-pop stars not only out here doing like the Saja Boy challenge, but they are like cosplaying like the actual Saja Boys. Like that is oh, that's so good, so good. I don't know. I feel like one of the most important lessons to take away from all this is just how powerful word of mouth and creativity is, because again, vast majority of this audience came from word of mouth and people spreading it all over social media and talking about it and getting excited for it and fan art and sharing and all that. Again, for a film that basically had like this isn't a remake, this isn't a reimagining, this isn't a sequel, this is an original idea from a team of just very creative people that got little to no advertising whatsoever and was made to go directly onto the platform and made so much money. Like that's honestly like amazing. That is so good. Just off of word of mouth alone. Like that is an accomplishment that you have to be amazed by. am proud of, because I don't think that's ever happened before. Like most like platform movies that got a theatrical release later on were movies that were meant to be theatrical releases and got delayed because of COVID. Like if that doesn't tell you that creativity trumps all, don't I don't know how else to explain it to you. That is such an amazing feat, and I hope that everyone that works on this, like that you were like do your victory lap, because that is unreal. I don't know. I just feel like in this time of AI art and not the most secure job security, that hearing honestly miracle stories like this is like so inspiring, because it reminds you that there are people that are going to want to hear and listen to the stories that you have in your head. So you should not give up. Like you shouldn't like hold your head down, like chase after that shooting star, because eventually you're going to catch it. That's like the whole philosophy that I am building this channel off of. Like I know that the chances of any of the art that I show on here getting made into an actual show are pretty much slim to none. But I still want to share the story with people because I enjoy them and I put a lot of heart into them and I put a lot of just love and care, and so I want to share that with people. Even though that I don't think that they'll ever reach the medium that I would prefer them to be in, but that doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't mean the story matters less. Like, imagine if someone didn't take a chance on this movie just because they're like, oh, well, not in a theater. But a lot of people took a chance on this movie, and this movie is great. I'm gonna keep, like, dancing around it. I do feel like at some point I should address the whole feelings about Celine thing. So my feelings towards Celine are the same feelings that I have towards Rose Quartz. And before you hear me out real quick. Celine puts Rumi on a pedestal. Literally in the beginning of the movie, we see her putting a braid in Rumi's hair, which is the same hairstyle that her mother used to wear, which represents the pressure and status that she is putting on Rumi. Huntrix was founded around Rumi. We don't ever see Mira and Zoe get like jealous or upset that the group was founded on Rumi, which kind of goes back to my thing that I don't think Celine holds them in the same regard. Or at least she doesn't hold them to the standard that Rumi holds Mira and Zoe, because she is very terrified about them finding out. And all this kind of just leads to Rumi's identity issues and why she feels that she has to like fix everything and be the perfect person and make everything right, because this is what she has learned from an early age. And I don't want to use too much information from the yet to be announced sequel or just stuff that was scrapped from the movie. But if you would follow the creators, you have seen the concept art they have posted of Rumi's parents. And in the movie, Celine tells Rumi that the only way to get rid of these patterns is to seal the Honmun, turn it gold for an entire generation. We also see in the movie that Guima says that there is somebody on the other side of the Honmun that he has no power over, even though this person has patterns. Now, I don't remember the scene exactly, so I can't remember if this was before or after Jinu had talked to Rumi. So he could 100% be referring to Rumi, and I honestly think that he is, because if he was referring to Rumi's dad, that wouldn't make any sense because both her parents are dead, and demons presumably go back to Guima when they die or get slayed. But that cut piece from the movie when Rumi goes to confront Celine after Jinu basically exposes her patterns on the Idol Award stages is that instead of telling Celine to, her, she asks Celine, "What did you do to my mother?" So we have Celine knows that turning the whole moon gold will get rid of patterns, and we have a demon that presumably was on the other side of the whole moon when it was turned gold because him and Rumi's mom got together and had Rumi in the first place. This paints a picture that Celine clearly 100% knew everything that was going on, but still told this almost bastardized version of her parents' story and their relationship to ensure that Rumi would fight this hard to turn the whole moon gold so that she could get rid of the patterns, get rid of any trace of her demon heritage, and therefore get rid of any trace of her father. Because at the end of the day, Celine is a grieving person. She is grieving. She has one friend dead, one friend God knows where. So it makes sense that she would put all of her hatred on the person that she deems to be most responsible, which is Rumi's dad. And we can't act like that's unfounded. This is something that she has been taught for generations. Every generation of demon hunters before this has been taught the exact same thing, that demons are bad, demons will kill you. And we see in the movie, like, that's not a lie. These demons get busy. There's a body count in this movie, a very high one. In just the couple seconds that the girls were arguing, they cleared out an entire subway. That is insane. There is no amount of goodwill between Jinu and Rumi's dad that could offset the insane tragedies that these demons have inflicted on the world. Like, Celine never had any reason to believe that Rumi's dad was going to be a good guy, that he wasn't just secretly waiting to do something to them. She didn't have any reason to believe that. And even if he did prove himself, which he most likely did, it's not unreasonable for her to act like that. That doesn't make her not wrong, because obviously this man did nothing to hurt Rumi's mom. They literally had a baby together. But it's not unreasonable for her to act like this. And I wouldn't be surprised if her slaying Rumi's, both her parents actually, was the reason that the entire friend group fell apart and we don't see anything of the other group member. And with understanding that Celine is a grieving person who is very hurt and is just trying her best to pick up the broken pieces of her life, because again, her friend is gone. She now has a child that she has to raise. She has to form a whole new group of hunters by herself because there's no other hunters left. She's the only one. So now she has to raise up this entire group, train them to be idols and hunters at the same time, while also being a mother, being a manager, being an owner of a business on top of all of that. That is a lot of pressure to put on someone that is still grieving, but that does not make her right. I interpreted the scene when they're first performing Golden and Rumi is like struggling to hit those notes as her starting to shake the honeymoon, because the honeymoon is only as strong as the fans that believe in it, but the hunters also have to believe in it in some way, shape, or form. And this fear that has been instilled onto her from Celine from a very young age starts to shake in this moment because she cannot hit those notes. So when she's on top of the building and she's screaming, why? And we see that wave go out, the whole moon starts to weaken a little bit. And this is what essentially kickstarts the plot of the movie, like starts the downfall and everything. From this point on, we see Rumi use terrible coping mechanisms to try to fix a problem that she feels that she caused when it honestly wasn't her fault. Like, girl, being born is not a sin. That was not your fault. And we see her repeating the mantras, repeating the things that Celine has instilled to her from a young age, like conceal your imperfections, do not let them show, which yes is a whole like thing with the K-pop industry and being perfect and idols and whatnot, but I'm talking about the in universe, which is Celine basically telling her, do not let anybody know that you're a demon. The demon side is evil. You're not like them, Rumi. You're better than them. You are the good one, which is so messed up to put on literally just a little girl in front of her mother's grave too. Jesus. This is why I like that we do not have a scene at the end of Rumi going back to Celine or there being any reconciliation with Celine. She is surrounded with her support system, the people that love her, Mira and Zoe. She does not go back to Celine because their relationship is far too broken. It is clear that on some level, in a mother-daughter kind of way, these two do love each other, but their relationship is so splintered and so broken that they cannot possibly go back from what it is. And I feel like that's just a lesson that we have to take away in life, that sometimes you can still love a person, but love them enough that you don't want to be hurt by them again. Because if you are hurt by them anymore, it is going to leave an irreversible stain on your life that you will not be able to overcome. And no amount of love is going to be able to fix that. These two need this time apart. Rumi needs to be able to be with people that love and accept her 100% as she is, and Celine needs to work through her grief and come to understand, because it's not just grief, it is also guilt. So much guilt over everything that happened between her and Rumi's parents, and she needs to work through that if she ever wants to have any sort of relationship with Rumi. I guess the last thing that I wanted to talk about is like the fandom side of all this. Um, I find it so funny that there are so many people like picking out their favorite like moments from like their favorite singers and performers, and it's like this would have sealed the home moon. Oh my god, especially the people that are acting like Four Town are also demon hunters and they like preside over Canada. I think that is so fun. Oh my god, imagine like K-pop Demon Hunter and Turning Red Twitter being real. The way I would be starting discourse for fun, I hit the timeline with a random tweet, and if I said the Saja Boys reheated Four Towns nachos, would y'all be mad at me? Giving you BTS versus One Direction realness for the love of the game. If you stuck around to the end of the video, God bless you. I want to treat this like I'm talking to a friend, like on FaceTime or something. This is not something serious that you like need to give your undivided attention to. This is literally just like put this on the background, have something playing in the background. It's not that important. It does. I kind of just wanted something like in between like the big videos because again, I am a yapper. I talk a lot. So sometimes I just need like quick, easy, like 1 or 2 day things that I could just like crank out and be like, done. So socials, shameless plug. Back to that whole other demon hunters in other countries thing. I actually did make a K-pop demon hunters OC. She's supposed to be like a PR manager, and that is like on my Tumblr. If you ever want to see like fan art exclusively, then you will most likely find it on my Tumblr. I try to keep my other socials pretty much original art. I'm getting into the habit of not posting as much fan art on there anymore. It'll still be there, don't worry, but I'm getting out of that, or at least trying. I'm not perfect. Yep. Okay. Bye.